0010, CDR code 0116, guilty verdict. Signed by the forelady, 3/2/23.
All right, guys, and so here we go. Breaking news. Alex Murdaugh has been found guilty for murder. All right, so this case is one that I never got a chance to dive into the way I wanted to on this channel. Alex Murdaugh found guilty of murdering his wife and son. The jury in a double murder trial of Alex Murdaugh has found him guilty of murdering his wife and son. The grisliest and most severe of the allegations faced by the disgraced former South Carolina attorney. Murdaugh, the 54-year-old scion of a prominent and powerful family of local lawyers and solicitors, was also found guilty on 2 counts of possession of a weapon during commission of a violent crime in the killings of Margaret Maggie Murdaugh and Paul Murdaugh on June 7, 2021. Prosecutors have indicated they will seek life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murderers, sparing him the death penalty. In a separate case yet to go to trial, Murdaugh continues to face 99 separate charges stemming from a horde of alleged financial crimes, including defrauding his clients, former law firm, and the government of about $9 million. Like, when he heard the verdict, he seemed to take it like a cannon. I don't expect him to break down. I wasn't going to expect him to break down. He seems like a very calculated person, but yet somebody who's not used to getting in trouble, but still calculated. So he was never going to break down. He probably I feel like he heard the verdict and probably started to already calculate in his mind, like, okay, so we're going to appeal this because X, Y, Z, and this is what we're going to do next, and this, that, and the third, or whatever. So that's how I feel. His grandfather, great-grandfather, and father, they were like the local prosecutor of the town. There were solicitors and everything. He didn't do any of that. So it's kind of just been doing his own thing. The prosecutors are saying that Murdaugh's motive in the killings was to distract and delay investigations into his financial wrongdoing. That's kind of deep. Griffin mocked that theory as nonsensical and noted Murdaugh tried to kill himself in September 2021, calling that a neutral response to being exposed. That's why this thing is so twisted, because he did try to kill himself in September 2021. Murdaugh was facing a lawsuit from the family of Mallory Beach, a 19-year-old woman who was killed in February 2019 when a boat allegedly driven by Paul and owned by Murdaugh crashed. A hearing in that civil case was scheduled for June 10, 2021. And had the potential to reveal his financial problems, prosecutors argue. Wow. So they're trying to say that he killed his son so that people wouldn't know about his financial problem. Gloria Scatterfield was an integral part of the Murdaugh family. She was their housekeeper, nanny, and cook, but also much more than that. As is custom in some rich Southern families, she helped raise the Murdaugh sons, Buster and Paul. She apparently fell down the steps. He told them, contact this lawyer and, sue me for a wrongful death. They were supposed to get $4.3 million from that case, that claim. And somehow he diverted the money from them and it went back to his estate. And I'm sure the people that he paid to help him do this. The only thing I've ever heard besides Maggie's sister talking about her was this podcast I was listening to, and some lady who claimed that she knew her like when she lived in another part of town, and that she was standoffish, and that she would tell the kids, like, y'all are Murdaughs, like, y'all don't have to worry about nothing, y'all are Murdaughs, and that money and status meant everything to her. But I'm like, I don't know if I can really go all the way there, because did you even know her, or are you hating on her? So I don't know. But what I do know is that it's tragic. A very prominent family in South Carolina. And I will say this, sometimes when you don't deal with consequences, you don't expect to get caught. And there were a lot of tears coming out of his eyes. And sometimes I wonder if the tears were more like, damn, like, I can't believe that I'm sitting here testifying about anything. Not even just like, oh my God, they think I killed my wife and son. Like, how could they think that? Like, no, I can't believe that I'm answering to somebody. So now you got Buster, who is basically the only surviving free Murdaugh. And I would think that, like, for me, this would be like, I would be emotional. I would be like, oh my God, my whole family is broken apart, but he was at a wedding. So in the end, it is a shame because it was still a family, you know, it's still a family. Two of them are dead, one is in jail. And now you have this young man. You know, what I would like to see him do is like really like get into God and then start being, you know, genuine with himself. But I don't know, you know, but please don't be a social activist. Like, don't start feeling sorry for your privileges and then be like, oh, I gotta go save, you know, the trans and the Black. Please don't do that. Just find God and the right way, get into the Bible, and then see, you know, maybe write a book about this or something. And keep it locked right here where we talk about the current news, guys. And I'll see you at the next